Yeah, it's time to make the tier list. Should be good here. Season 28 patch notes. The Altar of Rights. Now, how we doing, guys? Captain Honor Seeker is gifting 5 subs. What a god. The Altar of Rights is a new progression system that requires sacrifices. Completing all 26 of them gives you massive damage, defense, quality of life, drops, and potion superpowers. That's way too many words, Vince. That's so many words. I mean, I can't read. Can you guys read? Can people read? How about we say sacrifices to advance? I like that. I also like how it fits on one line. Look how nice that is. Season goes boom. Should we just replace all this with season goes boom? Is that better? Where are the patch notes? Patch. Is that a command? Lit! Whoever made that command, thank you. Was that you, Vince? I love it when I just randomly guess commands and they're what I thought they were. Alright. So Barb got Frenzy buffed to A tier, right? Crusaders. No changes. Wah. Demon Hunters got Natalia. Is it Natalia rework? And is now a spike trap set. Probably S tier. Okay. Monk. Raiment was reworked, but is still lackluster. Did Necros get anything? Yeah, they got bone spear. Masquerade was buffed to A tier. Wizards. Typhon's Veil was buffed to A tier. POJ. POJ, right? POJ was buffed slightly. How many of those hoodies do I own? 964. 964. Okay, did I get everything here? Why not 1,000? Because I don't want to overdo it. Thank you. Are we good here? Don't need this slide anymore. I think we can get rid of this. Nobody cares. We crossed this out last time. The Shadow 2-piece set got nerfed. Well, I guess technically you could say that. That's not an incorrect statement. Yeah, I was going to say what Vince said. Kind of fixed, maybe. I don't think anybody was using that anyway, so I don't think anybody's going to miss that. That's correct, Jesus. That's correct. Okay, now, I have not seen the final patch notes, but I have had some conversations with Blizzard about some ideas that they may do. So first of all, one thing that they're going to do is they're going to nerf the Conduit Pylon Potion Power. That's for sure going to happen. I think they're going to rework Spike Trap to not work with Strafe. I think they're gonna buff the God DH. Why didn't I just do this all in one thing? What? Why does that one look like that? There's some changes that I'm expecting to come. They're gonna nerf this. They're gonna... I think they're gonna buff the God DH. I think they're gonna buff Heaven's Fury Crusaders. And I think they're going to buff Mundanugu Witch Doctors. Think. That's what I think they're going to do. What? What? This feels like... Whoa. I think that's what they're gonna change. I don't know if they're going to do anything with the necro stuff. I'm not sure. I don't like the way this looks. I don't care what how it tells me to align. I want to bring it lower. I want to bring it lower again. It's better. This should not be the same size as the title size no matter what. Let's make it one lower so it doesn't look stupid. Tells me to put it there. I'll go a little lower. I'm also going to go a little bit more to the right. I think it should go more to the right. I need to make this one shorter. It looks stupid. Way longer. Let me just say Let's just say rework spike trap mechanics. There. Lit. Okay. This all bolded? I wonder it looks like shit. Okay, I'm not guaranteeing you that this is going to be in the patch notes. But this is what the community has been calling for, and Blizzard's been good at listening to that lately, so if we get it, great, and if we don't, we don't. It's not a guarantee at all. But this is how I'm going to make the tier list under this assumption. Okay. So with that in mind, now it's time to figure this out. It's funny because we got Wiz totally wrong last season because we based it off of their first version of Tal Rasha, and their first version of Tal Rasha sucked, and then they reworked it, and then it was really good. So Wiz is going to go massively up. Because the ranking last season was so bad because the rework made it so good. Just leave it. Okay. That's true, Djibouti, but that's why they're doing this. They're gonna buff God Demon Hunters so you have your strafe build. They're gonna buff God so you have your strafe build, so they're free to change Spike Trap to something else. Lily, thank you so much for the 14 months. Appreciate you. Dragon, thank you for the 10. Captain Honor Seeker, thanks for the 5. The music is too loud. Okay, is that better? Can you guys hear me better now? I turned the music down. I'm just speaking very calmly. I'm not being loud at all, I'm being very calm. I'm being very calm. Steve-O, thank you for the prime. Do I ever yell or shout? Oh, yes. Oh my god, yes. Sometimes I'm an absolute psycho. Unfortunately. Okay. Am I aware of the curse that lowers the potion cooldown on Necro? Yes, my friend. I have a video of me clearing 150 on Necro in under 2 minutes. Spamming that curse. Yes, sir. Okay, well, let's start at the top here. All right, so let's think about this. One thing we need to keep in mind all the time, can you guys see these notes down here? Okay, so it's Savage, POJ, let's just go left to right. It's Heaven's Fury, it's Typhons, it's Mundanu, let me put, it's Typhons, it's Mundunugu, it's POJ, it's God, It's Masquerade. And it's Savage. Those are the starter sets. So the first question for speeds. So speeds is defined as ability to farm T6 bounties and low-level GRs. What they have been talking about for Witch Doctors is buffing the Manitou rune, because Witch Doctors suck at killing bosses, and the Manitou rune would make them a much better farmer. So that would turn Witch Doctors into like a super sprinkler that just waters the monsters and they kill everybody. So if that happens, if they're gonna buff the Manitou rune, and you get Mundanugu for free, Witch Doctors could be pretty good at farming. I still think the problem is, I think Water Ally and God DH are the best, but they give you God DH as the season set. They give you a good set for Monk. They give you POJ, but you would have to build Eno Water Ally. So I'm guessing, I think it's still 1 and 2 here. I just don't know if we put DH at number 1, because I think they're going to give you the God DH, and I think they're going to buff it. I think actually, well, yeah, I don't know. It's real close, but they give you the God DH. So I'm tempted to put DH in first. They're going to buff it too. I think they're going to buff the God DH, and they're giving it to you. And the God DH gives you power on the 2-piece, doesn't it? Can't there be 2 first places? No, I have banned that in my tier list. We're making a prediction, and if we're wrong, then we're wrong. I don't like to do that. I like to we're actually gonna go with it and make a tier list. You know what I mean? Sometimes in life you gotta, I feel like sometimes in life you gotta make a prediction and stick with it. I feel like these are the best 2 by far. I don't think it's close. And I think maybe DH is better because they give it to you for free. Does this look right? This needs to be 24, and this needs to be 20. It's 20. And this is... I guess just the 1 + 1 looks weird. Okay, so let's go like this. And let's go like this. Okay. The number 1 for speed farming would be Ina's, yes. The sheet being me editing. Oh, I see. Yeah, I got you. We're just in the first row only. First row only. We go row by row. Now the question is, what's the next best one? Barb has a bad starter set. And then you'd have to build into Whirlwind. I'm pretty sure Barb has the worst starter set. Masquerade is not bad. Typhons... I mean... I don't know. It's hard. It's very hard now. I don't know. I'm thinking Barb is the worst, potentially. Because I think what they were thinking about, similar to witch doctors, is I think they were thinking about giving satyrs like something to do with farming. Something similar to last season, they gave the pony the auto throw lightning everywhere. If they give you the auto throw lightning everywhere, then it's absolutely godly. I just don't know. But I'm operating under the pretenses that they are going to change these things. And I think this buff will help them in speeds more than anything. These two are going to help them in speeds more than anything. You don't think God is going to get a buff? This is one. This is going to be one topic that is absolutely not going to be a democracy. I've been talking with Blizzard for a month about different ideas for the seasonal theme, and they're gonna take away. I think they're gonna take away Spinny Natalia. So they're gonna compensate that by buffing Spinny God. So I'm pretty sure you're going to get it. So I'm going to base these off of my just my casual conversations with them versus feelings. No feelings allowed. If anybody has any feelings, get out. I just don't know, man. I don't know. This is very hard. Blizzard's like balancing the game now. Better late than never. Hmm. The Hydras are really good, and they got buffed, and you have teleport, and they just... The Hydras just kill everything. You just lay them down, and then you teleport forward. They're pretty good. God, I don't know. It's just so hard, man. I don't know. Hannibal, thank you for the 2 months. I just don't... I mean, they're all pretty good. I would say the Barb is the worst. What about... Well, Whirlwind's pretty good too, but you have to build it is the problem. The problem is you start with such a bad starter set. Whirlwind, if you make it, is really good. Satyr is the worst, but I think they're going to make it better. Satyr is definitely the worst unless they give you like the auto lightning power or something. Maybe... I don't know. I just don't know if they're going to give it to us. The lightning stuff. Mufasa, 53 viewers. What a god. Thank you, man. How are you? No, they're not going to do that, Iron Tigers. They're not going to do that. I'm doing good, man. This is really, I think, the only category. None of the rest of them are going to be difficult. This is the only hard one. Let's skip this one. Let me go blow my nose real quick. Let's do the other categories. This one's way too hard. You want to know what I'm starting to think the more that I think about it? I think these other 5 are so close. I don't think that these rankings matter anymore. I don't think in this category these rankings matter as much. I'm considering I'm considering just saying this shit is way too close to call. All right, let's go to the next. Let's go to the next line. It's just way too difficult to determine. They're just all so close. All right, let's do the. Okay, so let's go to solo push. I think the 2 best are, there's only 2 options for best. It's either going to be the Tal Rasha Wizard or it's going to be the Death Nova Necro resetting their potions. Wiz Necro are 1 and 2 for sure. I'm guessing Necro probably has a higher ceiling. But Wizard is probably easier. But Necros can reset their potions. I think I'm going to put Wizard first just because they're close and it's just so easy and they might get rid of the potion power. You never know. So I think we got to go Wizard number 1. Oops. I think Wizard's the best. So it's 1 plus 5. The reason why it's plus 5 is because... And this is 2 minus 1. Yeah, I think up here, I think I'm just gonna put question. Those are the weirdest question marks I've ever seen. Bro. We gotta use a different font for these question marks. Yeah. So I just don't know. It's just too close to call. I don't think we're going to be able to determine this and feel confident in it at all. I don't know. Okay, so Wizard is going up. Necro's... Was Necro in first last season? No. Necro's moving up. So they're going up. Okay, now the Spike Trap DH is probably going to be, when they get done with it, it's probably going to be insanely good. Wave of Light is insanely good. I think Satyr is still going to be last. I'm pretty confident they're still going to be the worst. So these two are done. The only good barb build is Raycore, Boulder Toss. And that build is tough to play. Probably, it just depends on how good the Spike Trap DH ends up. And then we have Wave of Light, which is very, very good. What's going to be better, Wave of Light or Fan of Knives? The Fan of Knives is going to be a manual build. I think they're going to get rid of, meaning they're going to get rid of Strafe. Would I rather have Wave of Light, or would I rather take my chances on the new Spike Trap DH? Every time I underestimate the final version of their builds, they always end up way better than they are. And Wave of Light is definitely far behind these two. Do you guys think the Spike Trap will end up being better than Wave of Light? How we doing, Jordan? What's up, man? Okay, so people are asking, what are we doing here? What are these rankings? We make this video every single season. Every single season, we rank every class 1 through 7 in all of these categories. And then the numbers next to the big numbers are their ranking. And the little numbers are how much they changed from the previous season. Okay, let's just bank on Wave of Light being better. It depends on what they do. Spike Trap could end up being better, but you never know. They're both going to do 150 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What is happening? 3 and -1, or -2, right? And then I'm guessing Spike Trap will be next. So then the question becomes, what's better? A Raycore Barb that's tough to play with a very high output, or a buffed Mundanugu with a better boss fight? I still don't think most casuals can play Mundanugu properly, even if they buff the Manitou rune for the boss fight. All the difficult part is clearing the rift. So I'm still thinking that but wait, Witch Doctors have Arashir though. Arashir is really good. Forgot about that. And what about Zuni Darts? I think no matter what, I think Raycore is just way stronger. So I think it's got to be It's got to be Barb. I don't think this is close. I think it's got to be Barb, unless Mondo Nuku gets a colossal buff. I think it's got to be this. Where were Barbs last season? They were second. Oh, because they lost LOD Hoda. They lost the shockwave power. That makes sense. Yeah. And yeah, you can spam boulders now. Wait a minute. What's better, a Barb that can spam boulders or Wave of Light and spike traps? Because the reason why is Barbs had a godly power. They had the Hoda power. And also we were judging it based off of Blizzard's first iteration of Tal Rasha. Then they changed it and it was a lot better. Give me 1 second. All right. Raycore is still worse. Well, once again, we just talked about this, but we'll talk about it one final time. First of all, we were ranking Wizard with its original Tal Rasha build on the PTR, which sucked. Then they changed it right before it went live. That's why Wizards were so off. And also, Wizards didn't really have any superpowers that helped Tal Rasha. That's why Wizard was so off. Because Blizzard changed it right before the season started. Because everyone told them it was dog shit. Does anybody have a problem with this ranking, assuming that Spike Trap ends up being really strong in S tier, which seems to be the theme for every single season? All right. Group DPS. Once again, I think it's like the same thing. I think it's Tal Rasha and Necro. Again. If you either throw meteors or you the Manitou rune, if they buff that, doesn't make Witch Doctor a better trash clearer. Wave of Light is okay. The Spike Trap DH could sneak attack be very good. You think Raycore is stronger than Wave of Light? Yeah, they're both going to clear 150. They're both going to clear 150 easily. Yeah, it's all going to be a race. I still think most people will get more value out of the Wave of Light because Wave of Light, I think, is easier to play. I'm not saying Barb isn't easy to play when you can literally spam boulders. I'm saying you have to aim them. You have to aim them, and Raycore is way squishier, right? This Demon Hunter, it just, you can never tell until you literally log in on live and actually try it, especially with this Spike Trap DH. It's very hard to theory craft exactly how much damage it does, especially now with like Strafe applying it everywhere and how does all this shit work and where do the traps land and da 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 da. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I think most people will get less value out of Raycore, because you have to actually aim it and it's squishier. You don't have to aim this, and LOD when you have it fully built is pretty tanky. But at their highest level, best player in the world on Wave of Light versus Raycore Barb, yeah, Raycore Barb can probably do better. But I think for the vast majority of people, if you give them a Wave of Light Monk or a Raycore Barb, they're going to do way better with Wave of Light. Would you agree with that? Oops. You can't be Stone Gauntleted this season, pal. You can't be Stone Gauntleted. You're immune to crowd control. Jason Ramos, thanks for the 10 months. You can't be Stone Gauntleted this season. These, guys, these haven't been filled in. We've only done the top two. We've only done the top 2 rows. These haven't been touched. If they're all white, we haven't done those rows. That's racist, Rax. No, it's just text. Okay. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Okay, so group DPS, it's either it's Death Nova Necro, Tal Rasha Wizard, or I mean, I think it's just Death Nova Necro, right? Death Nova Necro best, right? What are you going to bring? And they reset their potions. I think it's Death Nova Necro. And then maybe it's either going to be, I think, Tal Rasha Wizard or Spike Trap DH, right? The Spike Trap DH, if they get rid of it, applying from Strafe, it should be a manual cast with very high damage. If that's the case, it could be a godly trash clearer, but is it going to be better than Tal Rasha? I don't know. So should we put Tal Rasha in second to be the safe pick and leave Spike Traps in third? Because this is literally what Spike Traps is for. If you gather up the whole map and put it down, and I put a trap under it, it's probably going to do insane damage. And yeah, Tal's will probably be a better boss killer. It can actually do some damage to the boss, right? Tal Rasha doesn't do nothing to the boss. So I'm thinking we put Tal Rasha second. I don't think it's what were they last time? They were 6th. So we're going up 4. We're bringing this down. And I think DH stays 3. So then what's the next best trash clearer? Let's say Heaven's Fury is probably the worst. So Crusader last again. Mundanugu is pretty good. It's just difficult to play. But they also have like the best. We also have to consider boss killer. Necro and Witch Doctor have the best boss killer. Witch Doctor has Arashir, like best boss killer, tied with Rathma, and they have Mundanugu trash clearer. So I'm thinking, man, maybe even Witch Doctor is better than DH. I don't know. What do you think? What's better in group DPS for RGK or Trash Clear? Witch Doctor or DH? Maybe Witch Doctor is better. I don't know. DH then Witch Doctor? Witch Doctor is like one of the absolute ultimate boss killers. See, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking what Woody said. What are you going to boss kill as a DH? And there's no guarantee that Spike Traps is going to be better than Mundanugu. And Mundanugu is apparently going to get buffed. But if they buff the Manitou rune, that doesn't help it as a trash clearer or a boss killer, right? It doesn't help it at all. So... What can monks do? Why is this so hard? Why did Blizzard balance the game? It used to be so easy to make these tier lists. I could make them so quickly. Why did they, like, balance the game? We could make another line, but that sounds like a lot of work. All right, let's look at this again. Necro is definitely the best. There's no doubt about that. I think Wizard is definitely the second best. Tal Rasha is incredible. The next two are definitely Witch Doctor and DH. Witch Doctor has Mundanugu. It's one of the very best trash clearers. And Witch Doctor has Arashir. It's tied for the best boss killer. I have no idea how Witch Doctor will not be third unless Spike Trap is so good that it's somehow the best trash clearer. But I don't see how that's possible because Death Nova exists. And Impale, their best RGK, is not as good as Arashir Spiders. So I have no idea how we don't put Witch Doctor third. How is the Witch Doctor not better than the DH? Can someone explain that to me? Because you have to play Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor is squishy. In the altar, you get a ton of defense, and you're playing in groups. You have a barb with Ignore Pain and Warcry. You're never going to die. This is group DPS. Group DPS. maybe the Nat speeds, they're getting rid of Nats applying with Strafe. That's not going to be a thing anymore. I don't know if Nat speeds are going to be a thing. Maybe you could play God DH speeds. That makes it really good. Maybe the God runs will be really good. I'm going to put... Are we ignoring difficulty to play? Mundanugu's pretty tough to play. And Arashir Spiders is very easy to play. For Demon Hunter, Spike Trap, we have no idea. It'll... I don't know. I don't know how hard it will be. Lay traps. Okay. It's close, but I just have... I'm gonna go with something. I'm gonna say... Ooh, that's the biggest 2 I've seen. I'm gonna put Witch Doctors in 3rd. I might possibly be wrong. Maybe they should be 4th, but I don't see enough evidence. I don't see enough evidence to drop them below DH. I'm just not seeing it. Monks and Barbs kind of suck at both. I don't know. It really doesn't. They're probably better than a Satyr. Maybe Monk is a little bit better because Barb, I mean, maybe Monk is a little bit better. I don't know. Savage can kind of RGK. Neither of them are really a trash clearer. And for speeds, for dealing damage, Barbs don't have a damage dealer for speeds really at all. So I guess maybe it's Monk. And then Barb drops to 6th because they lost the LOD Hoda power. And we go like that. Man, Barbs fucking suck next season. That makes me sad. Okay, how do you feel about that? Necro the best with Death Nova, and they're also the best RGK. They're the best at both. Wizard Tal Rasha is almost as good as a Death Nova Necro. Witch Doctor and DH are close. DH has Spike Traps. Impale's not really an RGK, it's okay. But Witch Doctor and Mundanugu is really good trash clearer, and they have essentially the best RGK with Arashir Spiders tied with Rathma. Then it goes DH, and then I guess Wave of Light for speeds, and I guess Wave of Light for trash clearing, and I don't know, maybe you can RGK as Raiment, but that's gonna be probably dog shit. And then Barb, Raycor is usually not the trash clearer. They don't really have a boss killer either. I guess Savage Frenzy, but it's not great at all. And then Satyrs just suck at everything. How do you feel about that one? I don't think the supports are going to change much. Barb is the best, and then DH, that's for sure. Necro is next best, that's for sure. The only reason Witch Doctors moved up is because they had that supporty buff. But a support Witch Doctor in general is not better than a support monk, right? But you don't need the monks healing this season. Monks give you healing. We don't need healing. We have a ton of defense. Z-Monk is 4th. Why? Why next season is Z-Monk 4th when there's like 5 defensive nodes in the altar? You would put Barb in 3rd? Djibouti? Barbs have Ancient Spear to pull the whole map to one spot. And Barbs make you run at the speed of light and make it so you can't die and give you massive damage increase. How in the world is Barb not the best support? I think what you're thinking, Djibouti, is I think you're thinking of maybe a little bit advanced. Like you're thinking of like you do have a point that you do get the immunity for free. That's true. You have a point there. But I think you're underestimating for like the average player having a Barb in their group that just spams skills that makes them run insanely fast and do a lot of damage, and their ability to just put stuff in front of them that they can kill. I think you're thinking of the high-end meta ultimate setup, which 95% of players don't run. Yeah, it also gives you damage reduction. It's not just CC immunity. It's just one of the perks of it. I'm not denying, Djibouti, what you're saying isn't true for some metas, and especially at the highest tier. Maybe with the altar, in some cases, you can drop the Barb for just more packing in more and more damage. I'm not saying that you can't do that. But I'm saying in general, what the Barb brings to the group and grouping everything is invaluable. But Djibouti, you're also only it sounds like you're only considering 4-player. What about 2-player? What about 3-player? Two-player, are you going to take a ZDH every single time over a Z-Barb?
The Barb's going to pull the whole map for you and put it in 1 pixel for you. ZDH can't do that. Are you going to take ZDH in 2s? What about 3s, where you have an RGK, a trash clearer, and a support? I think you're thinking of 4-player, highest-end metas only. Barbs are gods of supporting. They're literal gods. DHs can do one thing. Magnify your damage. That's what ZDHs do. Barbs can magnify your damage, make you immortal, pull the whole map to you, and pixel it. In what universe is the DH better than the Barb? But now you're talking about something different. Now you're talking about Z-Neck. We're talking about Barb versus DH. You can't pull in a Necro to double team against the Barb. In a vacuum, by itself, the Barb is the best support, right? Or am I on crack? I am on these Mega Men Gummy multivitamins from GNC. Thank you. Necros could solo... Z-Deck could solo 150. All right, we gotta get a move on here. This is taking way too long. All right, it's okay. I get it. I want an honest answer here. What do you guys really think? Djibouti really thinks it falls out because I love Barb. It's true, I love Barb. So maybe I'm being delirious. What's the best support next season? Is it Barb or is it DH? Answer honestly. Tell me what you think. What do you really think? The poll is up. Let me see this. What do you think is the best support in the game? Z-Neck. Seattle, go to your room. I'm not gonna win. Chat loves you. All right. Someone ask Woody to make the poll in his chat. I hate him and I voted Barb. Someone ask Woody. Ask Woody to do it in his chat. Is he streaming? Let me see. Oh, he's not in Diablo 3? Okay, never mind. I don't want to bother him. Okay, how many of you voted Barb just because you love me? You don't have to agree with me. You can disagree with me. Me. I hate you and I voted Barb. I'm here for confirmation bias. I'm here for confirmation bias. Unbelievable. Okay, so certainly DH is second, otherwise Djibouti's going to have an aneurysm, and then Necro third, right? I mean, the rest of these just suck. All of them suck. All right. Okay, Djibouti. We're on neutral turf here. Neutral turf here. Okay. 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 It won by a mile. Okay. It won by a mile on Woody's channel. Woody is literally a demon hunter. Okay. So that's the end of that. All right. I mean, it just doesn't matter. I don't know. What do you think is better? A Z Witch Doctor or a Z Monk? I don't know. Z Monks, the main thing they do is they heal. I guess they can kind of group, but you don't want to group with Cyclone Strike. Cyclone Strike sucks, right? Don't Witch Doctors give more damage than Monks? The Boot is definitely not a noob. He's not a noob. He's a very good player. He's got points. He's not speaking complete, you know, witch heresy and gonna get burned at the stake for it. I don't think a ZDH is better than a Barb. Why does Cyclone Strike suck? It doesn't really have that big of a range. It doesn't pixel as well as some other skills. It adds a, you know, it adds a hard CC. It's hard to get it perfect. I just don't think this matters at all. Let me see something here. I mean, I don't know. None of these are a thing. Yeah, I mean, if anything, maybe Monk is dropping even further. Maybe Monk is like 6th, and we move Wizard to 5th, because Wizard gives more damage than a Monk, right? And we just, everything that the Monk does is kind of obsoleted. So maybe it's like this. How do you feel about that? Z-Barb first, then ZDH, then Z-Necro. Those are 1, 2, and 3, I think, no matter what. Every other support doesn't matter. Maybe Witch Doctor and Wizard are better than the others. Monk's heals are kind of obsoleted, and I mean, I think we should just keep Crusader in 7th just to keep the 7s rolling. But no, also Z-Satyr is absolute dog shit. Okay, for casuals, I think definitely Demon Hunter's the best, because they give you the God set and they're buffing it. So I think it's gotta be Demon Hunter is the best. They give you the God set and they're buffing it. So that's literally a dream come true. I don't think anything's even close to that.
Barb is going to be probably 7th. Savage, I don't know, we can make a determination here. Maybe Wizard, you get Hydra set, which is really good, and then you go into Tal Rasha. So I'm thinking maybe Wizard is 2nd. Maybe. We can change our mind later. But let me put some numbers in here. I think this is 2nd. POJ is good. Into Ina. Mundanugu will be buffed, but it's hard to play for a casual. The Sprinkler will be pretty good, but your pushing is going to be rough. Bone Spear is pretty good. Frenzy is really bad. But you could build into Whirlwind. So maybe it's slightly better. Maybe it's slightly better than the Crusader. Because you could build into Whirlwind. Savage, you don't do anything, you swing. But if they do give us the Lightning Pony, then this is going to be incredible. If they give us the Lightning Pony, it's going to be incredible. Why is Monk's speed -1? Wasn't it first last season? It's relative to last season. So DH, Wizard. These two last. What would I rather have? A Bone Spear Necro? I think Mundanugu is tough to push. I don't think people are going to be able to push with Mundanugu. Casuals. So maybe this one is bad. Just going to put some stuff in here and then we can think about it. Let's go like that. Would I rather have POJ or Bone Spear? Bone Spear, you have to aim your simulacrums. POJ, you just spin. Let's put POJ 3rd and Necros 4th, maybe. This is +3. No. And this is -1. I'm not sure if this is right. Necros were 3, now they're 4. Witch Doctors were 4, now they're 5. They were 6, now they're 3. They were just checking my work here. Okay. All right, well, Big DH and Wizard are definitely the best two. The rest of it is kind of up for debate. What would you rather have? Would you rather have POJ and spin around, or would you rather throw Bone Spears as a casual? Casual player, you barely play, you don't have great mechanics, you don't know the game very well. Would you rather spin around with POJ, or would you rather throw Bone Spears with Sims? Okay, it looks like almost everybody would rather have POJ. Okay. Would you now, I am almost certain, I'm not
I'm not certain, but I'm almost certain that they're going to buff the Manitou rune of the Witch Doctor, which means you're going to be a sprinkler and run around and water the plants. That is good for speeds. It's not good for pushing. Well, it is good for pushing. It kills the boss for you. But I think casuals, when you have to do your 110, might still struggle because they have to actually play. So that's the situation with Witch Doctor. Barb, you put on Frenzy and you literally just swing. You just swing. Would you rather run around and be a sprinkler and water all the monsters? Or would you rather just swing your weapons and maybe try to build Whirlwind? Okay, it looks like almost everybody would rather just swing. I think there is a chance that they might give the auto lightning to Crusaders. If they do that, it's definitely going to go up. It will definitely go up to maybe 3rd. Because that doesn't really solve your problem of pushing, but it does solve your problem of speed farming. Casuals don't push. You have to push next season, even as a casual. You have to. You have to do at least 110, or otherwise you don't get your wings. You don't complete your season journey. So you have to next season. It has to be factored into the casual category because you have to clear 110. 110 is a push for a casual. 110 is absolutely a push for a casual. There's a huge player base that has never done that. A huge portion of the player base that has never done a 110. Yep. You would be surprised, guys, how casual some people are. My friends can't even do GR90s. I haven't done a 110. I haven't done a 110. Yeah. Remember, guys, there's a huge portion of players that don't consume any content for this game. They don't watch any videos. They don't watch any streams. They don't read any guides. Nothing. They literally just fire up the Switch on the couch for 2 hours a week and they just kill some random shit and they just look at the season journey and say, what's this? To do a 110 for them is completely impossible. So, for the casual category, you have to think completely like a casual. Not a high skill level, barely any playtime, probably very low consumption of guides, very low familiarity across builds and classes, and you have to clear solo 110 next season if you want to complete the altar, if you want to get your wings. When you say wings to a casual, now you're speaking their language. Casual to wings is like, ice cream to fat people. So they're going to be pushing next season. I'm fat and like ice cream, can confirm.
Jules, those would be students or apprentices. The people who aren't good, who are studying and trying to get better, they're called apprentices. I don't want to put words in Blizzard's mouth, but I think I want to say, like, it had some data or something. Like the average Paragon level that if a player reaches level 70, the average Paragon level that they finish at on the season is like Paragon 300. And Paragon 300 is like playing the game for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. 20 minutes at 70. It's like, yeah, it's like 1 GR. Yeah, so Hike, you call yourself very casual. You get 1.3k gons per season. You're in like the 99.99 percentile for players if you get to 1.3k gons. I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. Okay. Let's does anybody have a problem with the casual ranking? So we need to fix anything else? DH Wizard or best. Spin around on POJ. Throw some Bone Spears on Necro. Swing as a Barb. Sprinkler as a Witch Doctor. And I don't know what the hell you're going to do as a Crusader. Throw Lightning. Okay, let's take this slowly. Speed is bounties, key farming, and low level like speedy GRs. It is definitely not Crusader, right? Like can we put 7 for Crusader? Like that's for sure. It's definitely not Crusader. Would you rather be a Sprinkler? Would you rather lay Hydras? Would you rather throw Bone Spears? Or would you rather chop? I mean, it's just not chop, right? You'd have to build into Whirlwind. That has to dock Barb some points. This Barb has to be docked some points that you have to go out there and build Whirlwind. So we could change this, but let's just put them in 6th for now. Okay. I have an opinion, but I'm not going to share it. If I share it, it's going to bias everything. Let me put in a poll. Let's put in a poll. What would you rather farm keys, bounties, low GRs on? Hydra, Wiz, Bone Spear, Necro, or Sprinkler, Witch Doctor. I think the Sprinkler is going to be buffed, by the way. So however strong it was before, I think it's going to go up. So it'll be a powerful Sprinkler watering the plants. Which one would you rather farm on? Okay, so exactly how this is coming out is exactly what I would have said. I think the Hydra's the better option. So I'm good with that.
Well, POJ, you just spin around and one-shot everything, and then you build Ina ally, and then you run and one-shot everything. Okay. Bone Spear and Sprinkler, I think, are closer. Why are we not speed clearing with DH? DH is in first place. What do you mean? DH is in first. It has God set and it's going to get buffed. I think the Sprinkler for this low-level stuff is better because you don't do anything. You turn on your Sprinkler and you run. Right? You don't do anything. Bone Spear got buffed. Bone Spear is good. But I don't think it's better than just turning on a Sprinkler and running. Monk is second, mostly based on Ina's, but you also start with POJ, which is super good. It's a spin to win, super powerful build. So POJ works too. Sprinkler is Mundanugu. Isn't Bone Spear essentially a Sprinkler? No. Bone Spear is you throw Bone Spears, and then your two Sims throw Bone Spears with you, and your Sim Bone Spears hit way harder than yours. Mundanugu is turn on a sprinkler. You ever went outside and seen a sprinkler? There is a sprinkler above your head shooting water everywhere, and you run forward, and if the water hits the monsters, they die instantly. It's a sprinkler. So I guess maybe Witch Doctor is just better because you don't have to do anything. Maxroll, you have to actually play. Now that we talked about it more, I think I feel pretty good about this. Wizard, you lay a Hydra, the whole room dies. Hydra, teleport, Hydra, da-da-da-da-da, Hydra, and the whole room dies. It's really strong. And they buffed it. And what would this look like? This would be, first of all, are you guys good with this ranking? DH and Monk are first and second. How do you feel about the Hydra, then the Sprinkler, throwing Bone Spears, swinging your thing, and then poning around and throwing lightning? Again, if they make the auto lightning, then this is going to be way higher. This will probably be third. If they give you auto lightning, this would probably be third. You think Barb is better than Necro? I guess one comment about why you could consider Barb better than Necro is you could build Whirlwind. And building Whirlwind is invaluable. I think Bone Spear is better than Frenzy, maybe. But if you're willing to make a second set, by the way, you have to make 4 full sets this season. You have to make 4. They're changing the never-ending questions to having to build 4 full sets. So you pretty much have to make Whirlwind. So maybe Barb is better than Necro. Because you will probably make Whirlwind no matter what, even if you're a casual.
So maybe, yeah, maybe Barb is better than Necro, just because you can do that. For sets. For sets. You don't have to sacrifice them. You don't have to sacrifice them. You have to pick them up and go get the pages. No. You don't have to sacrifice them. It's not hard. It's very easy. No. You don't have to sacrifice them. You put them on, you go get pages, and you sack the 4 pages. I think is their idea. Which is way better. Trust me, their change is good. It's good. Don't worry, it'll be fine. It's not hard. It's not a hard requirement at all. You'll do it easily. Guys, it's pages outside of set dungeons. You don't enter a set dungeon. You put on a set. You go to Leoric's Manor. You get a page, and then you turn it in. It's very easy. It's very easy. Don't worry about it. Very easy. It's trivial. Nobody panic. It's a joke. Yes, it's gonna be just fine. Yes, you don't have to enter a set dungeon. You don't have to do anything. Nope, no ties allowed. No tying. Let's see here. Okay, so it was 1, 2. Wizard used to be 5, and now it's 3. So now it's 3, so it went up 2. Satyr used to be 7th, now it's 7th. Witch Doctor used to be 6th, now it's 4th. So it needs to be 4 plus 2. Because we're banking on this sprinkler buff. If they don't buff it, well then it's going to look stupid as hell. Okay, what was Necro? 3rd. So Necro went down tremendously. And Barb went down 1. Dude, Barb sucked next season. Jesus, this is going to be their lowest ranking ever. Jesus. The big number, so read the table across, guys, for those wondering what the hell this means. Read the table across. This is their ranking for speed content. Satyr is last. DH is first. The colors and the little numbers, the colors indicate how did it change from last season. Wizards are moving up, you can see in every category. And here it shows you how much they moved up. Up being down. The lower, being in first place is best. Being in 7th is the worst. So if your number goes down, your rank goes up. Green, good. Red, bad. Green, good. Red, bad.
Okay, now we got to do the overall rankings. Well, I think we know where Satyr's going to land. I'm thinking the best is Demon Hunter because these two ranks could be higher. If Spike Traps ends up really good, and Blizzard has a tendency to do that, then these could be even higher, and this is close to number 1. This is close to a first, and this is probably, if anything, only going to go higher if I'm wrong. So imagine like a first, third, first. I mean, it's like DH or Wizard. But DH starts with God set. So, I mean, I don't know how it's... I mean, it has to be Demon Hunter is the best. It has to be. Has to be Demon Hunter is the best. And by the way, we get this every single season. I don't want to hear it one time. Do not tell me to go down the things, add them, and average them. That's not what we're doing. We're going to think about it. This isn't, you know, we're not going to be peanut brains. We're going to actually think about it. What was Wizard last season? 6th. Jesus Christ. One of the reasons, there's 2 reasons why Wizards are so much higher. There's 3 reasons. They have a very good starter set that got buffed. It was based upon their original Tal Rasha rework, which was dog shit. And the Wizards didn't benefit really at all from the previous seasonal themes, so when you dropped it, they didn't lose any power. So that's why Wizards are just flying. I was definitely not going to suggest that, yes. Thank you for not suggesting that. Well, it looks like Barbs are absolute dog shit, so I guess they're 6th. Wah. Favorite class in 6th. Wow. Now I know what it feels like to be a Crusader and a Witch Doctor all those years. What were they last time? Barbs got... Wait, really? Losing the LOD Hoda power, every other thing getting buffed, and them having the worst starter set made them drop 5 spots? God damn it. Wow. Or it could be the Witch Doctor, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's one or the other, I don't know. I mean, you don't need a Witch Doctor for anything. Necro versus Monk. Looks like Necro is better than Monk, isn't it? Even though they lose in speeds, well. These 2 rankings are closer than they appear. These are closer than they appear. Necro wins here easily. Necro wins here by a mile. Necro wins here by a mile. And Monk wins here by a little bit. I mean, I think it's close. It's close, but I think Necro has got to be better, right? Really, the only question here, I think, is... The only question here, I think, is what's better, a Witch Doctor or a Barb? Would you guys rather play a Witch Doctor or a Barb next season? I think Monk stays 4th. Okay, almost everybody is saying Barb. So let's go 5 minus 4. And let's make this a 6 minus 1. I think that's fair. Witch Doctors didn't get anything. All right, let's real quick, let's do a poll on Witch Doctor versus Barb, but let's do it slightly differently. The question is not, let's change the question. It's not which one would you rather play. Most of you would rather play Barb. My question is starting with Mundanugu, maybe it gets buffed, it's a super sprinkler, versus you start Savage, which got buffed, and then you're either going to make Raycor or a support or Whirlwind, whatever you're going to make. Which one do you think is, which path is overall better for a player next season? That's the question. Which path is better? Witch Doctor or Barb? Not which one do you prefer. Throw up a vote. DH went up 2, not 1. Thank you. Will I change my ranking once they announce the patch notes? Well, up here, this is what I expect them to do. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not Blizzard. They didn't tell me anything for sure. I have casual conversations with them about ideas. I think they're going to get rid of the conduit pylon, or nerf it somehow, and they're going to buff other parts of the tree to compensate for the loss in power. I think they're going to rework Spike Trap to not work with Strafe, but it will still be very strong. To compensate for that, they're going to buff the God DH so Demon Hunters can spin if they want to. I think they're going to, I'm not sure. I hope they buff Heaven's Fury. Maybe they'll give it like the auto lightning from last season, but I don't know. I expect them to buff Mundanugu. I'm expecting this to happen, and I'm expecting it to come in the form of the Manitou rune. If these things don't happen, it does impact the tier list a little bit. It won't be anything crazy. For example, if they do this, I'm not sure they will. If they give them the auto lightning rune, Crusaders will go up certainly for casuals, and it will certainly go up in speeds. But your solo push, group EPS, and support will still be 7th everywhere. But it will go way up here and here. Way up. Like, close to the top and close to the top. But sometimes releasing the video early, they will watch it. They will watch the video, I guarantee you. If I release it and I tell them Satyrs and Witch Doctors are the worst 2 classes, it's not like I have a huge influence there, but it's not 0. I think you have a better chance, Witch Doctors and Satyrs, of getting something if I release a video saying that they're the 2 worst. Yeah, I'm not trying to say I don't have any massive influence on Blizzard. I don't. Nobody does. But if I release a video with this column, they're certainly at least going to talk about it for 7 seconds. Notice how I picked the number 7. They're the worst. I mean, they fucking suck at everything. Why is Wizard 2nd place in casual? Because they start with the Hydra set, which is godly. Really, really good set. And they just buffed it. And then you can build Tal Rasha, which is like the strongest build in the game, quite easily with the Hydra set. Why wouldn't Wizard be 2nd? Hydra's really good. They just buffed it too. What starter set would you rather play over Hydra except for God DH? Maybe POJ. POJ is pretty good, but POJ is going to build into what? POJ is, would you rather play LOD Wave of Light or Talrasha? Talrasha is way stronger and all you do is throw meteors. I mean, Wizards are looking quite good everywhere. These two numbers could be higher. These two numbers could be higher. I still think potentially, maybe if they gave him the auto lightning, maybe then Satyr might move up to 6th, maybe 5th, but still going to be a bad class. Still going to be bad. You got another friend to join you for next season? Hell yeah. All right, let me open Paint here and drag it over to the other side, and let me compare and make sure I got all the numbers right. Let's go here and take a screenshot of this and make sure that I did this right. Okay, so this should be, okay, the Crusader column was easy to check. 3 plus 2, 1 plus 5, 2 plus 4, 5 plus 1. Yes. Okay, that's right. Yes. 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 Okay. Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, I think I have it right. It's not in the patch notes yet, Gravy. It's not in the patch notes yet. I think they're gonna buff God because they need to take strafe out of spike traps. And the feedback, the unanimous feedback that was given to Blizzard, not just by me, by a lot of people, they said, if you take away the spinny Demon Hunter build, the Demon Hunters are gonna be pissed. So the simple answer is to buff God DH. You nerfed it too many times anyway. Pump it back up. Give them back their spinny build. If you give them their spinny build, especially if you give them to them in Hadrig's Gift, you can do whatever the hell you want with spike traps. And I think they think that's a logical course of action. So you can expect spike traps to completely change, and you can't spin to win with spike traps anymore. That's fine. They just put the power back into the God DH. I think that's what they're going to do. Are they going to do it? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. All right, so now let's fix this column. Let me duplicate this. So witch doctors need to go here. Barbs. Nope. Wait. Go here. No. Don't. Why did you delete the column? I just wanted you to take the text. Barbs go here. DHs come over here. Necros go over here. And then wizards go here. What's the best class for XP meta? Well, there's a lot of XP metas that you could actually run. I mean, you can run rats, you can run borats, you can run Talrasha, you could run Wave of Light. You could probably run actual metas for XP. Like high-end metas with either Necro or Necro Witch Doctor. Pretty much as long as your group doesn't have a Crusader in it, you're going to be fine. Tal Speeds is going to be good. We could do that. Yeah. I'm down for anything. I don't care. Whatever. Whatever everyone's going to have the most fun playing. There's actually some options. Maxroll does a really good job of like analyzing the in-depth intricacies of that. We'll have a tier list for that. I think that's what it's going to be here. Well, this is easy. That was the fastest, that was by far the fastest ranking I ever did. How do I strike through? That's sad to see. Let me open up Paint here again. I need to copy this on my other screen for a moment while I fill in these numbers. Oops. Won't take me too long, I hope. Okay, let's go back up. So first of all, to put them in the right order, Witch Doctor goes here. Next is Barb. Here. I think that's right. Witch Doctor is going to be a 4 and a 2. Can anybody check my work as I do this? This is going to be a 6 and a 1. This is going to be a 3 minus 1. Uh, 4 is the right number. Casuals, it's a 6. Minus 2. Overall, it's a 6 minus 1. Okay, those are still the best builds. Let's do the same thing that we did here. We need them to buff Witch Doctors now, not next season. buff the Manitou rune. It's what I hope they do. I hope they do that. That would be nice. Tyqueezy, thanks for the Prime. Crunch, thanks for the Prime. Jules, thanks for the gifted sub. Snuffhead, thank you for the 3 months. Wommed, thank you for the 2 months. Futures, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate it, guys. Okay, Barbarian. 5 minus 1. It's going to be a lot of red here. A lot of red here. Oh, God. Lot of red. Lot of red. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Okay, it's 5 minus 3. It's 5 minus 2. Doesn't seem like these are... What is this? This is font 20. This is font... What? Just want to know what's the font of the 1. Nope. It's 20. They're both 20. What are these? Huh. It's telling me it's the same. God, it doesn't look the same. 6. 5 minus 4. 5 minus 4. Oof. Whirlwind Hoda. We need to put Frenzy in this list. What could we... I mean, buff Immortal Kings. That's still probably the right thing. Immortal Kings blows. It's their worst set by far. The 6 was 24 font. Yeah, the front one is supposed to be 24. But this one's supposed to be 20. This is... let me go back here. 28 and 29. Let me color this red so it's a little bit more obvious. Okay. Okay. Let me check. Is this right? 5 minus 1, 5 minus 3, 6 minus 2, 1. 5 minus 4, 5 minus 4. Okay. These are superscripts. They are. Aren't they? Pretty sure they are. Yeah, they are superscripts. Okay. It's going to be... okay, let's try this again. Let's go red, red, red. Okay, this is... Casuals are going to be green. It's a 3, and then it's a +3. Like that. This is a 6. This is a 5. And it's not colored. And then it's a 2. And it's a 3 and a 2. 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, 5, 6 minus 1, 3 plus 3, and 4 with no color. Okay. The best builds are probably Wave of Light, Ina, Ally, and POJ. They buffed Raiment, but Raiment still sucks. I don't know. What should we ask for monks? Yeah, those are the Hans Niemann anal beads on the monk's picture. I better save this, otherwise I'm going to kick a kitty. They did buff POJ. I think, honestly, the biggest problem is they should redo Raiment again. That's probably still the biggest problem. Buff Ina ally pushing. They could fix the Earth allies, which are an absolute catastrophe. Let's just go with a generic one. Let's just say fix pet AI. The Earth allies don't work. The Fire allies are stupid as hell. The Epiphany clones from Wave of Light don't work at all. I mean, they don't listen to this row anyway, I'm pretty sure anyway. I don't think it matters at all. Okay, Monk is done. Necro. Necro's got some red going here. Those two are correct. This needs to be red. This is a 4 minus 1. LOD Mages. Bone Spear is definitely one of the best. But it won't fit, so we're going to call it BS. Pestilence blows. Right? That set blows. So it's probably a good one. They didn't do anything with that. Wizards. Here comes the green. Every single thing is green. It's all green. Wizards are flying. 3 and 2. 1 and 5. 2 and 4. This should be green. Let's go 5 and 1. Casuals, it's 2 and 3. Overall, it's 2 and 4. Got, let's go. I'm gonna change all these. You either play Hydra or you play Talrasha. That's it. Remember when we were doing the analysis last time, we kept screaming that Talrashas was dog shit even after their rework? Well, they did a good job there. What's the Wizards' biggest problem now? Chantotos. Revisit Chantotos. That'd be a good one. Yeah, I like that. And then the GOAT for next season. Let me blow my nose real quick.
Let's go. Just use my finger while I'm streaming. If I wasn't streaming, I'd just eat it all as a little lunch, obviously. King Kongor style. Turbolin, thank you for the Prime. Exian, thank you for the resub. Anybody remember King Kongor? Okay, Demon Hunters get green. 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 That did not work. There. Just me, or is this 4 lower than the 3? What? What? Jesus, man. PowerPoint use again. Those 4s are not lined up. Whatever, I don't care anymore. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. This is one. They're the goats. These numbers could be higher, by the way. Okay. Strafe anything. Nah, it's gonna be God. Spike Trap. Marauder and ZDH. Well, hey, they did this. Nice. Okay, what do we want for Demon Hunters now? Bring back, Strafe throws your hatred spenders. Bring back the Sanctified Power. They're already gonna do that, I'm pretty sure. Look at Rapid Fire. That's a good call out, yeah. They're already gonna buff God DH, I think. I think that's already gonna happen, so we don't need to put that here. Okay, 1 + 1, 4. 4 - 1, 2, 1. Okay. Now let's go here. The best builds by category. Do you guys think the Hydra Wizard is better at farming? Isn't the Hydra Wizard better at keys than Rathma because it doesn't have the auto firing anymore? And I think the Spirit Barrage would be better as well. You don't have auto firing for Rathma anymore. One + 1 = 4? Wait, did I get something wrong? The red number is set to 20 when it should be 24. It's 24. The superscript, you mean the superscript should be 20. This should be 20. The superscript is always 20. You can always exclamation song. Chagarich, did I get that right? The superscript is always 20.
Necros lose auto firing. So yeah, I think Towels with Aether Walker. Do you think that's better than Hydra? Hydra's pretty good. You lay one Hydra down and the whole room dies. Which Hydra do you go? The Lightning Hydra? Wait. No, Witch Doctor. This is Witch Doctor, and this is, let's just call it Spirit Garage. Airshire, Witch Doctor, and Rathma got to be the best two. Then maybe it's like Impale and maybe Frenzy. The buffed Frenzy might make it in there. Let's see here. What order did we have it in? Fourth is Witch Doctor, fifth is Wizard. Okay. I think those are good. All these are wrong. Will rats be the best? I don't know. Maybe. What do you guys think? Is it going to be rats again? Towels is a little bit faster. Because it's instant damage, it's true. What do you guys think is going to be the XP meta besides rats and Talrasha? Can anything else? Oh yeah, Spike Trap, duh. Yeah. Yeah. Guess we should call this Meteor instead of Talrasha. So this is Wizard Meteor is definitely better than Neck. I think this, let's see here. Hmm.
So I'm not going to put 2 wizard builds on here, so let's get rid of this. I think the next best would probably be Necro, LOD, the Rat Necro, then the Sprinkler, then maybe Fist of the Heavens. If you get the auto lightning, it's going to be way higher, but we don't have it yet, so I'm going to leave him as 7th. Is God DH not good for leveling? Yeah, it is. I haven't done these 2 categories yet. Let me see here. It's probably going to be the same. LOD Mages sucks for it. Doesn't. Well, maybe with all the cooldown you could solve it. Is Rats good for bounties? Flash is gifting 5,000 bits. What a god. Dude, thanks for the 5,000 bits, man. What was that for? Pumpkin, thank you so much for the Prime. Is God multi-shot? No. That's UE. Thanks for the 5,000 bits, man. I'm gonna put I think I'm gonna put Rats last, or I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna put Rats last, because if your Land of the Dead falls off for any reason, then you can't do anything. Could put Bone Spear instead, but then if you put Bone Spear, I think it's worse than the other 2. Okay, so all this solo XP I think is pretty much completely wrong. I think first or second has to be Tal Rasha has the most power, but God DH, if it gets buffed, which I'm expecting, is going to be so easy, and you're just going to be able to detonate, and you need to farm 6 primals. So the speedy runs are better than the slower runs. So I'm thinking maybe God would be the best solo XP build, and then Tal Rasha. And then POJ would be pretty good. Wave of Flight would be pretty good. Maybe Spike Trap. It depends. I'm not going to put Spike Trap on here because we already have God DH. So I guess Wave of Light would be the next one. Especially since you have all the quality of life. So let's get the monk going here. Hmm.
The other ones are not really that good. I guess Barb would be Raycore. I mean, it's probably farm with it, but it's not going to be, well, I guess you do have the resource on crit node. That would make it a lot better, yeah. What about Necro Bone Spear? I don't know. What do you guys think? Is God DH the best solo XP with current tuning? No. This is assuming that they buff it. If they don't buff it, it'll be Spike Trap. It'll be probably Tal Rasha or Spike Trap in the front. But I'm giving every class one build. So we got DH Wizard Monk. It's either going to be Arashir or Munda Nugu. It depends on if they buff it. I don't have any duplicates here, right? This shouldn't say a con. This should say Bombardment. Well, now I'll just call it Bomb. I don't ever post the PowerPoint itself, but I'll make a video on it. What is RGK? Rift Guardian Killer. The Spike Trap speeds are not going to be a thing. They're going to get rid of that. Why God for solo XP? Because I think Blizzard's going to buff it. Because they're taking away your spin to win build. And so in order to compensate for that, we're assuming that they're going to buff the other spin to win build. It's close. I mean, it has a ranking to it, but these are close. It's not, there's not like a, you want to farm with Tal Rasha? That's fine. How do you do the challenge rift? Go to the menu settings and select challenge rift, go in and complete it. Nothing has been confirmed, guys. Blizzard doesn't confirm anything. Blizzard has discussions and then they make their own decisions. Nothing is confirmed until you see it in the patch notes. But me and a lot of other people have been talking to them a lot. So that's why I think possibly these things are coming. But I don't know for sure. I don't even know if Blizzard knows for sure. I'm making the absolute best tier list. And then the question is always, why don't you make the tier list after the patch notes come out? It takes forever for that. Sometimes they don't release it until right before the season starts. People want to be thinking about it right now. So I'm doing my best to estimate what I think is going to happen. Am I always right? No. No. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, if the tier list can come out early, it can influence their decisions. If they weren't going to do anything for Crusaders, all 7s, 2 seasons in a row, you know, now might be the time. Just saying. If they don't touch the God DH at all, well then we move Tal Rasha up and we put DH Spike Trap up there. Did Death Nova get any buff? Well, the potion power gives you power pylons, and Necros can reset it. Not really on the boss, but if the boss has ads, they can reset it. So yeah, I mean, Necros are walking into the boss with almost a guaranteed power pylon right now. Maybe I'll just tell people to use Bone Spear here. That way you don't have to deal with the... Whirlwind, Hoda, Raycor. Say probably Frenzy. It's better than Hoda. Solo Push. Sure. Maybe we can just add friend. I guess we could have them both. In groups, you either play Z-Barb or I guess you play Frenzy. Those are the only two choices. As a casual, you're either going to play Whirlwind or Frenzy because they give it to you for free. I think I agree here. Frenzy is dog shit here because your Wrath falls off. Don't think any of this is going to change on Crusader. Marauder, God, and Spike Trap. Yeah. This is Spike Trap. This is Spike Trap. I guess we can recommend Spike Trap to casuals. Marauder is not really a casual build. Let's get rid of this for casuals. Casuals should not be playing Marauder. Marauder is super squishy. Probably shouldn't be playing it in hardcore either. Ina, Ally, and Wave of Light. BOJ is good too. We'll probably play POJ now. POJ is good. POJ is good. Okay. Mages, Rathma. You can also play Bone Spear again. You can also play... You can also play Bone Spear. Rats, Zenek, Rathma, Death Nova. Could also play Bone Spear. If you're a casual, you should play Bone Spear or Death Nova, probably. You can survive this season on Necro. Bone Spear would be fine. Death Nova would be fine. Z-Neck would be fine. Definitely not Helltooth. Yes.
Yes. Not Helltooth. Not Helltooth. Not Firebird Magic Missiles. Not Chantotos. Just say Meteor. Solo Push. Not Firebirds. Hydra, I guess. Let's go Meteor. Groups, you're gonna play Talrasha for sure. Or you're gonna play Meteor for sure. This is Meteor is Talrasha. As a casual, you're either you have two choices: you either play Hydra or you play Meteor. That's the only two choices. All this other stuff, no. Hardcore, Hydra, or Meteor again. Always same thing. Okay. How is Marauder a thing for speeds? That's a good question. Marauder is dog shit for speeds. Thank you. Anything else incorrect about this, guys? That's right. Marauder doesn't belong there. You can push on Marauder, yeah. Marauder will get... I'm not sure you should play Marauder in groups, though. Probably get rid... Oh, I mean, it's pretty strong. Whatever. Yes. Ina Ally for hardcore, of course. Yes. You're right, you're right. ZDH for groups. Yes. Thank you. Can you not push with Ina Ally? Not really. Ina Ally sucks. You have to push with Earth Ally, which is literally the worst skill in the game. There's nothing worse than... There is nothing worse than Ina Earth Ally. Speeds, yes, you can use... You can do multi-shot, that's true. Need to add that there. Oh, it's now fire. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they buff the fire they buff the fire rune again somehow, right? Okay, well, what remains to be seen here is, do they give anything to Crusaders? How good is the sprinkler buff if we get one? And where exactly does the Spike Trap Demon Hunter land? But we already put them in first, so it's probably only going to be better than I think it is. If it's better than I think it is, well, they're already in first. Are we sure about Rathma in speeds? Not at all, because they don't They don't auto-fire anymore, so that's a good call-out. They auto-fired last season, and they don't this time, so it's dog shit. That's correct. You need to get rid of that. Crusader can't move up anywhere except for in the speed category and the casual category. They can't get any better here. Let's see what, let's see here. Let's take a look here. I should delete the word Zuni there. I should change Raycore to be Boulder Toss or something. I don't know. Getting way too technical here. I think these four classes are definitely the four best, so it's looking pretty good. Talrosh has Godly, Demon Hunters have God, and the new Spike Trap feels right. Maybe you could play Raycore in groups? I don't know. Any final thoughts on the tier list, guys? Anything that I got wrong?